Hey, what's happening, everybody? My name is Pete Foldis, and this is Pluton Life. Today, we're going to be talking about the CD tsunami that's going to be hitting in here in the next 12 months as $2.5 trillion matures from guaranteed CD programs. And of course, there's going to be a tax bill associated with that. So you better believe that the government's excited for those CDs to mature. And if you were one of the lucky ones that took advantage of a guaranteed fixed rate these last few years, then you're able to get a guaranteed percentage on your money rather than just settling for less than 1% in your checking or savings account. So kudos to you for taking action back then. And today we're just going to really address what the difference is and another vehicle, little known out there, to defer your interest and keep more of your money in your pocket. All right. So very similar product to what a CD does. Of course, CDs are backed by banks and they provide a guaranteed rate. Now, with the rates as they are now, I've been looking around at how rates are going from maturing at 4 to 5, maybe even 6%, and they're going to be renewing it less than 2%, almost across the board. You do have some options around 3% and even some that are right around 1%. So let's just go ahead and call it average around 2 to 3% that your CDs typically are going to auto renew. The banks are just going to flip them back into another cycle to renew at that new rate, which is not going to be advantageous for you. So what can you do? Well, there's a lot of different ideas and language out there around annuities. And of course, some say that's a really bad word. Now, depending on if you're looking into investing into a variable product, which is tied to the market and riddled with fees, I would agree, bad option. However, there's many options out there, including what we're going to talk about today, that provide you with a guarantee. And when we talk about having peace of mind, understanding your investor DNA, and being able to really get clarity and vision around what your goals and purpose are in life, understanding exactly where your money is coming from and how you can articulate what it is that you want to accomplish becomes super important. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and share with you the difference right now between exact same concepts having a guaranteed rate of return, except now instead of your money getting taxed every single year like it does in a CD, you get to defer that taxation. And knowing that as rates renew at a lower rate, the rates that I'm going to show you here in this multi-year guarantee annuity, MYGA for short, guaranteed rate. Same simple amount of terms. You can pick a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on length of time. Typically, we might do even some MYGA laddering instead of a CD laddering, which many people are familiar with. But I think the difference is really astounding. So when you look at this on this side, we're going to be looking on the left side here at what the MYGA is. Okay, so on the MYGA side, we're going to assume 5% guaranteed rate, which right now is a rate that we can secure moving forward, starting with a $100,000 principal. Okay, so $100,000, 5%, you earn $5,000 in interest. At the end of that year, you now have $105,000. So now this is what's so special is you now get to take advantage of triple compounding interest. Triple compounding interest. What does that mean? You get the interest on your principal, you earn interest on your interest, and you earn interest on the money that you would have paid towards taxes that you get to keep in your principal. Okay, so with the CD tsunami, $2.5 trillion maturing, you got an option that will actually allow you to defer your taxes until whenever you decide to liquidate and use those funds. And within this, you actually have access to money every single year. Now, some programs may not let you touch it for the first year. However, in a CD, you can never just go in there and take 10%, 5% penalty free, right? So ultimately, as you can see here, 5%. Now we're accruing 5% on 105. We get an extra $250 in interest because of that extra 5K that we get to compound on, and so on and so forth. So as you see here, I'm just taking the numbers at the end of the term, rolling it into the next year, 5% interest. And you can see 127,628. So guaranteed interest growth over a 5-year period at 5% is 27,628. Now at the end of that period, again, if you wanted to take just the 27,000 out, then of course you'll pay the taxes on those non-qualified interest returns. But you get to take that $100,000 and roll it back into another MYGA. whatever you want to do. Okay. Obviously, from that standpoint, we'll look at rates. Look at this though. You go to this CD side and you can see just because you're paying taxes, and I'm just using a regular 22% tax rate, okay? You're looking at a whopping $6,000, more than $6,000 difference, which really, when you look at the overall returns, we're talking 25 to 30% difference in the overall value of what it is that you're able to accrue just in interest growth. Okay. And that's money going to the government. So again, 5% rate, assuming you could even get that in a CD, right now you won't be able to. So when you renew your CDs, you're going to be renewing at 2, 3%. Okay, you're going to be losing right off the bat. But instead of keep letting your CD auto renew at the bank, where the bank is the profit center, give yourself an opportunity to triple compound your interest, flip your vehicle, get the same exact guarantee 5%, except over here you're going to be looking at 2 or 3%, and look at the difference of what you could earn if all rates were the same. But we already know that the MYGA rates are going to blow the CD rates out of the water. So again, would you rather have 127,628 at the end of 5 years, or would you rather have 121 at the end of that 5 year period? And again, who is it that you're contributing to? Do you want to keep more money in your pocket or keep giving it to the IRS? So today, I hope that was effective and understandable for you. Again, this just information is following the numbers, following the math, being able to provide fiduciary advice so that you know what your options are and don't have to just fall into place with the common advertisements and marketing that you see out there. Everyone sees the little paid blockers come up from all these different banks. Hey, if you invest 100, 500, 1,000, $1 million, you can get 5, 6%. Most people are putting 10, 20, $100,000 in a CD, and those rates are going to renew again between 1 to 3%, but you got a better option. Go ahead and click the link below, set up an appointment so we can get that CD money over into a guaranteed MYGA program for you, defer your tax, take advantage of triple compounding interest, the money on your principal, the money on your interest, and the money that you would have had to pay towards taxes that you don't have to pay during those years. Again, this is Pete Foldis with Pluton Life. Go ahead and like and subscribe below so you can get notified every time we come out with new content. Talk to you soon.